Hello and welcome to a demonstration of the Edgecumbe Doctor 360 programme. This is a tour of a doctor's feedback account and I'll be showing you how to give feedback, how to create your own Doctor 360 report and act as an appraiser on the system. Here you can see an example of a doctor's homepage and you can currently see all available icons that will be on this page. However, the amount that you see when you log into your account will depend upon the activities that you need to do. First of all, I'm going to show you how to give feedback. Just click on the icon and you'll see here the feedback table, and you can also see that there's 3 doctors who have requested feedback and they're listed as to whether you've declined to give feedback to them, the status of the feedback that you have given them, and whether their report's been released or not. Obviously, if the doctor's report has been released, then you can't give feedback for them any longer. But we can see from this table that this example doctor has completed a questionnaire for the middle doctor, and they're halfway through doing the one for the doctor at the top, and they've not yet started on the one below. So I'm just going to go through and show you how to give feedback. You just click on the doctor's name, click on give feedback below, and you've also got the option to decline, and you can undo your decline if you then change your mind at a later date. So I'll click on give feedback. Here's the questionnaire. You've got the rating scale on the front page to guide you, and you've also got instructions. The rating scale goes from 1 poor to 6 excellent, but you've also got the option to click on can't comment. To answer the questionnaire, just click on next at the bottom of each page. Click your way through the questions. You can change the ratings that you give at any point up until you click on finish at the end of the questionnaire. And then just click next at the bottom of each page. Obviously, if you have to rush away whilst you're doing the questionnaire, you can do so. When you come back, all of your answers will be saved and you can continue on. And as I said, just make sure you click on finish at the very end. Next, I'm going to show you how to create your own Doctor 360 report. And you'll start by completing your self-assessments. So we're just going to click on the self-assessment icon, and you can see here that this doctor is collecting feedback from both patients and colleagues. That's because they're doing a self-assessment related to each of these, and you can see that the top one has already been completed as it's got the green tick next to it, and we just now need to complete the bottom self-colleague assessment. And you do that just by clicking on the circle and clicking on begin questionnaire. Again, this questionnaire has rating scales along the top, and it's very much like the questionnaire for giving feedback that I showed earlier. And you just click next along the bottom once you've completed each page. And then finally at the end, you'll click on finish to submit your feedback. If we go back to the home page now. And the next part of completing your Doctor 360 is to nominate your colleagues. So if we just click on the Nominate Colleagues icon, and you'll see here that you have a colleagues table and that all of these colleagues have been nominated and sent feedback invites already. That's because this doctor has entered the details of 6 peers and 6 support junior colleagues, and this has prompted the system to send out automated emails to these colleagues to give feedback. And in order to select your colleagues for feedback, all you need to do is go to the search by surname table at the top, just enter in the surname of your colleague, and they should pop up with their email address, and then you just need to enter what sort of relationship you have with this colleague, whether it's peer or support junior colleague, and then click on save. However, if they don't come up in the table, then all you need to do is click on add someone not found in search list and enter their details, and then click on save at the bottom. So once you've done this for 6 peers and 6 support junior colleagues, the invites will go out, and then for any further colleagues that you nominate. If you want to, you can say that a colleague is required to give feedback. So as you're entering their details in, you just click yes here, and this will mean that they have to give feedback before you can have your report released. So the required column will be ticked for this colleague. Along the bottom, you can see that you can remove a nominee if you then change your mind about nominating them for feedback. However, bear in mind that you can only do this before they've actually completed feedback for you. You can see as well that you can edit the details of a colleague. All you have to do is just click on the colleague in the table, click on Edit Details, and go through to just check on those details. So we could change the email address or the name or the relationship type, click on Save, and that's done. And then further to that, if you want to, you can send additional invites or reminders to your colleagues. Bear in mind that the system already does this automatically, and that happens every 3 weeks. But if you want to prompt your colleagues a bit more, then you can do so with this button. Also, just to show you, on the side you have a summary column of how many peers have been nominated, how many support juniors have, and whether they've declined. You can see here that one of the peers has declined. This is also indicated in the table. Also see that in the bottom right hand corner there's a reminder to tell you that your invites will go out within the hour to your colleagues. And if we go back to the home page now, and the final icon that you'll need to use for creating your reports is Work with Reports. So if we just click on that, and you can see here that you have a summary table of your colleagues again, and whether you've done your self-assessments yet. So you can see here that this doctor's done the self-patient but not the self-colleague. You can see above the appraiser that's registered for this doctor, and this can be chosen either by your Doctor 360 local administrator, or you can do it yourself. You can add as many appraisers as you like, and all you need to do again is type their surname into the box, find them in the list and click on Grant. And if you can't find them there, just click on Add Someone Not Found in Search List. Their name will then automatically appear in this box on the right, and you're free to remove them afterwards. Okay, and so looking further down the page, you can see at the very bottom that this is where your final reports will appear, and these reports will appear as 3 links. That's if you're doing colleague and patient feedback. So 2 links will be the colleague part A and the colleague part B, and then the final link will be your patient report. For the colleague part A, that's the bar charts of your report, showing the ratings data, and the part B is the comments section of your colleague report. Now, if you have an appraiser registered for you on the system, initially you will only receive part A, and then your appraiser will release part B to you when they're ready. So this might be either during your appraisal or afterwards. For more information on that, please do refer to our user guide. And with the patient report, that one's actually released by Edgecumbe, so there's not much that you have to do there. Once we get your patient feedback forms back from us, and that's a minimum of 17, we will then enter that data into your online account, and providing that you've completed your self-patient assessment, we will release that report for you. If you haven't completed the self-assessment for it, we'll contact you to let you know that that needs doing. And so the reports will finally all appear as links down here, and you just need to click on each link and they will appear as PDF documents. And these can be saved to your computer or to your revalidation kit, or you can print them out and use during your appraisal. On the side, you can see a summary again of how you're doing in terms of collecting feedback. And you can see for the patient section down here that that's got all green ticks, and that's all complete now. So that's what you're aiming for with the colleague report at the top as well. Don't forget that you've got a link to the Doctor 360 workbook on this page as well. If you click on that, that will open up into a Word document that you can make changes to, and that will just help you read through your reports once you eventually get them. But this will also appear up in your Useful Documents tab, which we'll talk about in a bit. So we'll just go back to the home page now, and that's how to complete your report covered. Finally, I'm going to show you how to act as an appraiser on the system, and that's by using the My Appraisees icon. This will pop up in your account if a doctor has registered you as their appraiser, or likewise if a local Doctor 360 administrator has done that. So we're just going to click on My Appraisees, and you'll go through and see that you have a drop-down box of your appraisees. This doctor has 2 currently, and when you click on each one, you can actually go through and see the colleagues that have been nominated by that appraisee for their 360 feedback. And when you are added as an appraiser on the system, you'll receive an automated email that asks you to go in and actually check your appraisee's nominated colleagues. So you can have a look through this list and just decide whether you want to approach your appraisee about anyone in particular to say that perhaps they're not suitable for giving you feedback. Once you've checked their colleagues, you can then just leave this page, and in the future, once the doctors release their reports, these will appear down at the bottom for you. So the colleague report will appear as Part A and Part B, and then the patient report will appear below. With the colleague report, the doctor themselves, so your appraisee, will only receive Part A initially, and it's your duty to release Part B to them when you're ready. This is because this is the colleagues' comments section of the report, and it's up to you to first of all look through the report, check the comments, think about how most constructively you can talk through these with the appraisee, and then when you're ready to, you'll have a Release Part B button down in this right-hand corner, and you just click on that, and then the doctor will receive the second part of their colleague report. So that's how to act as an appraiser on the system. Now we can go back to the home page. So we've talked through all of the icons on your home page, and you'll see as well whether all the work has been completed in these by looking at the ticks or the exclamation warnings. And along the top, I just want to talk you through the tabs. So you've obviously got your home tab to go back to the home page. You've got My Details, and in here you can change anything, including your email address, your name, and also your password. Just change that, click on Save Below, and that'll be completed. Also, you have a Useful Documents section, so any of these are files that you can open up and they'll help you through the process. And you've also got another document here, the Help document. And finally, in the future, you may have done a few 360 reports, and if so, and if you've completed them, they should then appear in the background of your Dr. 360 account for reference. So while you're creating your current report, you'll still have your old one logged at the back here. Okay, that's all there is to show you. If you do have any questions, then please do get in contact with our support team at Edgecumbe. You can either call us on 0117 925 8822 or email us on support@edgecumbe.co.uk. Thank you for listening.